Americans continue to struggle with credit card debt, and it could pose major financial problems down the road for millions of people struggling to pay off their balances. 10.7% of credit card debt was severely delinquent in the first quarter of this year, which is our big number today. It consists of credit card payments that are more than 90 days overdue. That figure is from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, and it's up from just over 8% a year ago. Now, in total, Americans are carrying more than $1.1 trillion in outstanding credit card debt. That accounts for just about 6% of Americans' total household debt, but credit card debt specifically is up more than 13% from a year ago.
Joshua Dobip is back with us. He's a financial planner and certified financial planner and the president of the North Main Financial Group. Joshua, it's always great to have you here. Why are delinquencies going up?
Thanks, Chris. Always good to be with you. I think there are several variables in answering that question, not the least of which is this. Post-pandemic kinds of programs that were put in place during the pandemic now have started to go away. And so from a cash flow standpoint, many folks are in a very different place than where they used to be. Secondly, inflation. The cost just of basic living kinds of things. I'm looking at rents, going to the grocery store, going to the gas station. Those kinds of expenses have increased dramatically here over the last several years. And that has caused folks just to maintain their standard of living to go to other sources, including credit card debt like we're talking about here.
So what should someone do if they're at risk of becoming delinquent?
Two big items, Chris, that we recommend that folks do when they find themselves in a tough position with regards to their credit card debt. First, reach out to a nonprofit credit consultation agency. And I want to be specific with nonprofit as opposed to for-profit. Doesn't mean for-profit agencies are bad. They're just structured a little bit differently. And very often with a non-for-profit credit consultation agency, they'll walk you through maybe even a free consultation up front, some very basic things that you may want to keep in mind when it comes to managing your debt, and perhaps even be able to negotiate some spaces to reduce the impacts on your monthly cash flow and perhaps even to reduce the interest rates that you're paying.
And speaking,
second big item that we recommend that folks do. Yeah, no, please. The second big item, we recommend that they reach out to the credit card companies themselves, because very often they have a vested interest in wanting to have that debt managed well. So they want to make sure that you're going to pay it off. So if they need to increase or rather decrease the interest rates or to increase the benefit of the terms available to you, they're certainly willing to do that.
And to your point, Josh, many credit card companies also have hardship programs for cases when someone is severely behind. What should people know about those programs in particular?
That's exactly where I was going, Chris, with that. They indeed do, but they're not often going to offer them up until they're aware that you're in difficulty. The worst thing that you can do is to pretend like it's going to go away on its own. We strongly encourage folks, be proactive. Be very upfront in saying that you maybe your job has gone away or your income has gone down or you have other obligations with which you need to contend as well. Be very upfront. Let them know that. And then offer up some possibilities that you want to resolve it, but do they have any programs available to them? And again, in almost all instances about which I'm aware, those credit card companies will be very proactive in helping you to come to a solution which can work for you.
What's your best advice to a younger person who might be getting their first credit card?
Yeah, great question, Chris. And it really starts at a pretty simple space, but it is also very fundamental and very important. And it's to live below means. Meaning when it comes to using your credit card or any other part of the budget process or your financial lives as you're getting started, if you can afford X, then look at X minus 25% or X minus 50% in terms of the kinds of things on which you're going to spend, including what you put on a credit card. Second big item, if you can, pay it off every month. Those credit card interest rate charges are sometimes 20, 25%, and even higher per year. So you could be paying a quarter on the dollar for every revolving dollar that you have on that debt. That's a huge number over time and can cause some real challenges in terms of qualifying for auto loans and mortgages in the future.
Josh Dobip, thanks as always for being here. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.